All right, Bob Katter tried to staunch a news reporter today, so we do like to see it. Let's go.
Bob Katter has unleashed, abusing and threatening a 9 journalist at the Brisbane Media Conference.
The 8-year-old was there to tell everyone about a list of Australians he wants deported, before the federal MP deemed a question about his own heritage racist.
A long way from the parliament in which he usually sits, Bob Katter.
The gloves are coming right off.
And they were.
Bob, you've got Lebanese heritage yourself. What would you
Oh, mate, don't say that, because that irritates me, and I punch blokes in the mouth for saying that. Don't you dare say that.
The question.
He's popping off, guys. Jeez. Ugh. I think this was about like that march. What's it called? March for Australia. I was going to say March in Australia, but obviously the march is in Australia. He's a bit of a goof, but you appreciate his energy. Well, you've got that Queensland spirit, don't you, pseudomastics? You've got the Queensland spirit. Apparently, New South Wales doesn't have Queensland spirit, and that's why we always lose state of origin. It would be a bit weird if we did have Queensland spirit, though, I've got to say. That would be a little bit weird. But I will say, the Blues boys are way hotter. Just going to put that out there. Just putting that out into the ether. Okay? See where it, Yes. The Stormers. All right, deep breath, everyone. We are going back to Bob Katter. He's gonna... You remember when you met some Americans in Europe, the only politician they knew was Katter? You didn't realize Bob Katter was Leb? Yeah, he's Leb. You all see him as your local entertainment. Very few people take him seriously. Yeah, he's like in a very rural seat, right? I think he is in a rural seat. I don't know. He seems to think everyone's getting eaten by crocs, so I don't know. Be careful, pseudomastics. It's hard out there. Don't get eaten by a crocodile. We'll be very sad and we will miss you.
And from 9 reporter Josh Bavis was about the benefits of migrants with good values, families like the Katters, as described by Bob's sister.
My grandfather, Jiddi we called him, came from Lebanon when he was in his early teens.
And echoed by his son.
Has some Irish heritage and some Lebanese heritage. Both were chased out of their countries at the time.
My family have been in this country for 140 years, right? So if you say anything like that, I have, on many occasions, punched blokes in the mouth, right? So I'm restraining myself today.
But he didn't restrain himself for long.
Don't say that. I'm sure. Don't say that, because you're a racist. You're a racist. You cannot say what you've just said without being identified as a racist.
Well, yeah, he did shake his fist in his face, so I mean, it is on camera. I think if this guy wanted to, like, maybe pursue some type of action, maybe criminally or civilly, he could definitely make some arguments. I don't know what the police would charge him with, but he could definitely sue him civilly for emotional damages. Say, when he shook his fist in my face, I was scared, and now I'm traumatized and I can't work for the next 10 years, so I need 10 years worth of wages. And he could do that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the Crimes Act in Queensland says, like what crime it would constitute under Queensland law is what I mean, hyperbovium, because I'm not familiar with their particular, because it does vary from state to state what crimes are called. So I don't know specifically what it would be called. I'm only really familiar with New South Wales and Victoria. So that's what I mean why I don't know what he would be. But you could definitely go to the cops and tell them what happened. I mean, they are very familiar with the Crimes Act. They have to know it, like, intimately, because they have to charge people under it, like, every day, so they would know.
In a statement, 9 News said this baseless and offensive accusation of racism is an irresponsible attempt to shut down a legitimate line of questioning and warrants a public apology from Mr. Katter. But it wasn't only 9.
You stop now, because I'll give you the black mark on you too.
Yeah, look, we'll move on.
Bob Katter's outbursts have been part of his appeal in Canberra and Queensland for decades. What made this time different? It came with a clenched fist.
I think it's quite offensive to threaten a journalist with a fist.
Point taken.
Mr. Katter had gathered with members of his party in Brisbane promoting the March for Australia. Its website lists 2 goals: no foreign flags and an end to mass migration.
If you have anti-Australian sentiments, then get the hell out of my country. Because we are taking the names down now of anyone that treats our flag
Well, Delta, that's why you have to slip, slop, slap, okay? If you want, I can send you my Korean beauty routine. It will keep you looking young and radiant forever, just like me, who hasn't aged in the last 6. I mean, you use sunscreen at work, don't worry. Good boy, Delta. That is very good.
It's not clear what sentiments are considered anti-Australian or who'd be the judge. Charles Cratcher, 9 News.
There is UV right now. Unless the sun is down, there's always UV. No, Delta, that's the trap, right? People think they only need to wear sunscreen when the UV's high. That's the trap. That's the trap, Delta. No, you have to wear it all year round. You have to wear it all year round. Please. For the love of God. You want to look hot forever, Delta. You need to wear sunscreen all year round. Sunsmart's app says otherwise. Well, the Korean cosmetics industry says otherwise, Delta, and I'm inclined to believe them, okay? Dermatologists say otherwise. Skin cancer doctors say otherwise. I trust them. Ooh, something happened in Mount Druitt. This is where my cat's from, everyone. Well, not Nori, my old cat, Nightshade. She's from Mount Druitt, so shout out. Ghetto cat. Ghetto hood cat. No, Mount Druitt isn't the ghetto. That's what people call it, but not me. Don't know why I said that. I'm just tired. Okay, continue.
Only moments ago, we saw New South Wales Police, who've been canvassing the scene here at Mount Druitt train station, uncover a knife just across the road from where we are now, in the direction that New South Wales Police believe 4 offenders, 2 who are believed to have been carrying knives last night following that fatal stabbing.
Am I afraid of needles? Do you know how often I have to have needles, pseudomastics? I have to get blood tests done every few weeks. I have to get blood tests done every few weeks because of the medications that I'm on and also the illnesses that I'm on, because they have to monitor like my organs and they have to monitor toxicity from like methotrexate and stuff like that. So I have to get blood tests done every few weeks. I also need blood for other reasons. No, I don't. No, I don't. That's a lie. I only need meat because I'm anemic. I don't drink blood. It's a lie. It's a lie. People just like to start rumors and they're not true. And it's just rude. And it's bad manners. But yeah. All lies. You can still be afraid of them even if you need them heaps. Yeah, I guess like if I had a phobia. Like I have a phobia of escalators going down, right? I can hop on an escalator going down, but it takes a while. Like I have to wait till there's no one around because I don't know how long it's going to take me to hop on it. Because when I was little, this is what happened when I was little. This happened at David Jones in Parramatta Westfields. Shout out to Parramatta. So I've had 2 incidences on escalators, right? One was when I was like, I want to say 3. I was David Jones with, this was the worst one, I think. Because I've had a phobia of escalators since this time. I was with my babushka and my mom, and we were in David Jones. And I didn't want to go with my mom. I wanted to go with my babushka, and my mom like grabbed me by the wrist and like yanked me. And my babushka was like, well, I'm going to go over here and look at this. And I was like, no, I want to go with my grandma. So I like... I broke away and I ran and I tried to follow my nan down the escalator, but I fell. And when the escalator got to the bottom, it started sucking my dress into like the escalator, and then it started like sucking, and then it started to suck a little bit of my skin in. So they had to call the ambulance to like cut my dress out of the escalator, and they had to stop the escalator. And then when I was, I want to say 18 or 19, I was working at this boutique in Bondi. So I used to get off at Bondi Junction train station, which if you know like the Sydney Underground stations, like the Bondi train line is like the really far underground. So like the gradient, it's like very, 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 very steep. Anyway, this was summer and I was coming home from work. And because it was summer, everyone was using their aircon. And I was on the really, really steep going down escalators, and there was a power surge and the escalators jolted and I fell forward onto my wrist and about 5 adults fell on top of me. So yeah, so now I am really scared of escalators because those are the 2 those are the 2 times that yeah. So if you ever meet me in real life or we go somewhere where there's escalators and it takes me like, you're like, oh my god, why is she being so weird? That's why I'm being so weird. So yeah, I do know what it's like to have a phobia. I'm so fine with needles. It doesn't even register on my pain like registry because I'm always in pain. Like I don't even feel when a needle goes into my skin really. Like I do feel a sensation, but it doesn't register as pain to me. It just kind of registers as like some type of noxious like stimuli, but it doesn't hurt. Parliament Station must suck for me. Yeah, I do find Parliament very hard, Delta. I even found Melbourne Central Station really like hard the other day. It took me a while. It took me a while to get down to the train station. I was like, I don't want to. Every guy's worst nightmare. What? That I'm scared of going down.
In any way related to what's been described as Sydney's postcode wars, although we do understand that 19-year-old victim who did survive last night's stabbing told police last night he was asked by those 4 offenders, are you 6'7"? Now, that is...
Oh, that I don't know when it's in. I know when a dick is in Hyperbovian. Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Itself is a reference to 2767, which is the postcode for nearby Doonside. Here in Mount Druitt, the postcode is 2770. Let's take a quick listen to what police had to say.
The male that's in hospital at the moment has been sedated, so we haven't had a chance to speak to him yet, just to confirm those details. But our initial reports on the scene was there was some conversation about RU67, obviously one of the street gangs that are out here in Western Sydney. And again, that's something we'll be following up.
Don't escalators nowadays have a sensor that when they suck something up, they stop automatically? I'm sure they probably would. This happened to me when I was like 3, so I want to say 3 or 4, but it was definitely before I started school. I'd have to ask my mum, and I don't talk to my mum, so I can't ask her. But it's crazy that young people are just taking bounties now. Yeah. You know what I think it is? I think it is American culture. I think they watch all these American gang like movies and they like listen to, you know, stupid music that like glorifies this type of crap. Yeah, it's just because I know that hip hop and stuff was really big in Western Sydney when I was a kid. And there's even like a lot of Aussie hip hop is even popular out in those areas as well. And I don't doubt it's all like, yeah, they just think it's cool. They just think it's cool and normal, and yeah, they don't think, hey, this is a person that I'm stabbing, because they've glorified it. Sound like such a boomer. They listen to the rap music and then they start stabbing people. That's not exactly my point. It's just, you know, a culture that obviously, like if you look at America, they're obviously not a culture that values life, right? They don't have like accessible healthcare, you know, they're fine with just carpet bombing countries, all of these things. Like that's probably more to my point. Random mercs with no connections, it's a huge risk for foreign interference. Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. I had something really poignant to say and it went out of my head. What was it? Fuck me. Oh, I was gonna say that's another American influence on our culture too, right? These kids, they will murk somebody for a large sum of money, right? So, you know, organized crime and other people are using these kids from primarily Western Sydney, which angers me because I'm from Western Sydney, right? And I am very passionate about social mobility for kids from Western Sydney, right? Because I'm from Western Sydney and I was able to, you know, pull myself out of that. You know, I was able to put myself on another trajectory, let's say. But this is the other thing, right? They, if you are on Instagram, or, because I only have Instagram, right? And I don't even follow any of like the influencers or stuff. I just have a few friends, like a few close friends and a few family members that I follow on Instagram. But even me, I'm constantly being bombarded with these reels, right? You need Gucci, you need Chanel, you need this brand, you have to drive this car, you have to do this. And kids, they see their self-worth as like bound up in having all these materialistic things. But obviously you need a lot of money to have these things. So if someone comes along from organized crime or from, you know, Mossad, just throwing random names out there, you know, for no particular reason. And they're like, hey, go set this thing on fire or go stab this person. They'll be here at this time and we'll give you this much. They're like, oh, well, cool. I can buy all this stuff and I can flex and I can put it all over social media, because where else are the kids going to get the money for these things from? Like, a lot of people in these areas are having trouble, like, feeding their kids and putting a roof over their head, let alone, you know, buying them the latest designer fucking whatever. Anyway, that was my point. I didn't articulate it as well as I would have liked to, but we're tired. We are tired today. You wonder if we'll inherit more of America's weird social issues and movements? I bloody hope not. I bloody hope not. But I do think, like, the materialism is what's driving a lot of this stuff with the young kids. Because they seriously, like, judge each other's self-worth by, like, whether or not they have these ridiculous, like, ridiculously priced things.